Liam Dawson had no clue that pulling a stranger from peril would upend his meticulously rebuilt existence. One second, he was leading his daughter home from yet another specialist visit. The next, he was locked in combat with a river that gripped like iron chains. Hauling a woman in a $1,200 tailored outfit from depths so icy they scorched. Yet the genuine threat wasn't the flood, it was the ripple effects. For some souls you rescue don't simply express thanks and vanish. Some infiltrate your fortified world, compelling decisions between security and authenticity. If you're eager to witness how a lone act can dismantle two fractured hearts and craft a future neither envisioned, journey to the conclusion. And once there, comment below with your favorite twist. I'd love to connect with readers worldwide. The downpour hadn't arrived, but Liam Dawson detected its approach. That fresh, buzzing fragrance lifting from the concrete moments before the clouds burst. He'd resided in Brookhaven sufficiently to interpret the warnings. The breezes rolling in from the inlet, the abrupt calm in the gusts, the ominous skies bearing down like a foreboding. "Dad, my chest feels heavy," Sophie whined, clutching his palm. Liam gazed at his child, her fragile countenance marked by weariness. 7 years old, inheriting her mother's emerald eyes and a delicacy that alarmed him constantly. They'd just departed Brookhaven Youth Clinic. Another assessment, another serving of tentative positivity from physicians who evaded firmer assurances than were observing closely. "I hear you, Munchkin," he answered, readjusting the satchel across his back. "Not far now. All right, we'll use the inlet trail. It's briefer." Sophie inclined her head, yet her sagging form revealed her depletion. She'd been valiant amid the examination, remaining motionless as they monitored her breathing, not flinching at the equipment's hum. Now, plodding home in the October dusk, she appeared shrunken in a manner that constricted his throat. They diverted onto the inlet promenade, a leveled route bordering the Brook River's shore. During peak season, it teemed with runners and groups. Presently, with chill advancing and shadows lengthening, it stood almost vacant. Merely a handful of remote shapes hastening before the tempest struck. The river bulged from upstream deluges, thundering onward with ferocious might, slamming the rock walls with unyielding vigor. Liam kept Sophie to his right, distant from the brink, his clasp unwavering. "Hot cocoa with marshmallows?" Sophie suggested, her words muted against the roar. "Anything your heart desires," he promised. It was their custom following clinic days, a delight to dispel the clinical odors and glaring bulbs. "Cocoa, brownies, the lot if it lifts your spirits." Sophie mustered a fatigued beam. "The lot." They advanced in companionable hush for several minutes, slipping beneath the vintage overpass. Liam was internally figuring if his funds sufficed for indulgences or if a bank stopped beckon when Sophie froze. "Dad, over there." He tracked her indication. About 55 yards forward, beside a decorative seat overlooking the flow, a form lingered at the barrier. Even remotely, Liam discerned anomaly. The lady, he discerned now it was a lady, leaned excessively outward, her stance implying either depletion or graver intent. "Stick by me," he whispered to Sophie. As they neared, particulars emerged. The lady sported executive garb, a navy ensemble that exuded luxury even afar. Her auburn locks secured in a fashion evoking conference halls and authority, but her fingers seized the barrier with blanched ferocity, and her frame quivered unrelated to the frost. Liam decelerated, ambivalent. He dwelled in the metropolis long enough to grasp when to disregard, but the lady's carriage, the frantic hold on that guardrail, triggered alerts in his mind. "Miss," he hailed, tone mild. "You holding up?" The lady's profile shifted marginally, but she evaded his look. In silhouette, he noted she was younger than presumed, perhaps late 20s, with angular traits and the sort of frame that graced billboards. But her demeanor was vacant, like one who'd misplaced how to experience anything whatsoever. "I'm good," she replied, her inflection dull and unpersuasive. "Please proceed." Liam faltered. Sophie nestled nearer to his thigh, detecting the strain. He ought to comply with the lady, seize his kid, and press on home. Permit whatever this was to unfold sans his meddling. But that empty inflection recalled the bleakest periods after Rachel's leukemia. The monotone veil when agony plunged, so profound that sentiment grew unattainable. When solely a dreadful apathy remained. "Sophie, darling, could you rest on that seat yonder for a tick?" He gestured to a seat roughly 22 ft rear, securely distant from the ledge. But Dad, kindly, merely a tick. Sophie's insightful eyes met his, grasping more than a 7-year-old ought. Then she assented leisurely and ambled to the seat, her tiny silhouette even tinier against the glooming heavens. Liam neared the lady prudently, akin to nearing something feral and injured. He ceased about 11 ft off, proximate enough to assist if required, remote enough not to alarm. "I don't intend to meddle," he uttered softly. "But my girl's right there, and if anything occurs, she'll witness it. So I'm inquiring, whatever you're contemplating, might we discuss it beforehand?" The lady's chortle was acrid and piercing. "You assume I'm about to dive. I assume you're positioned too near a river flowing swift enough to end you, and you appear as someone who's overlooked why she shouldn't." For the initial occasion, the lady truly regarded him. Her eyes were captivating, a azure gray that evoked tempestuous waves, but they harbored a sort of depleted ire that prompted him to retreat involuntarily. "You comprehend nothing about me," she stated. "You're correct. I don't. But I identify what bereavement resembles. I identify what it senses like when the globe becomes so burdensome you can't recollect why you're still bearing it." Something altered in her countenance. "Your child, is she unwell?" The inquiry startled him. "How did you clinic tag?" The lady said, indicating feebly towards Sophie. "I've contributed ample to that facility to identify their bands." Liam glanced back at Sophie, who was swaying her legs and observing them with worried eyes. The green clinic bracelet protruded against her navy coat. "She has a lung ailment," he said. The terms still arduous even after years of uttering them. "We're coping with it. Today was merely a review, and the mom departed 2 years past. Leukemia." The lady's countenance mellowed marginally, some of the rigidity departing her eyes. "I'm apologetic. Yeah, me too." Liam took another stride nearer. "Look, I don't know what drove you here this evening, and you don't have to inform me, but that river doesn't concern itself with your motives. It's not going to resolve anything." As the woman opened up about her corporate betrayal, a sudden bridge creak echoed, but the ensuing chaos would bind their fates in ways neither could foresee. She drew herself upright, her depletion shifting to annoyance. "I'm not suicidal," she asserted, though her tone trembled. "Just reflecting." Liam nodded, not pressing. "Understood. But with this gale impending, perhaps reflect someplace secure. Less risky locale." A bolt illuminated her wan traits. She was striking elevated cheekbones, refined poise, but the circles beneath her eyes narrated of restless struggles. "You a counselor or such?" she quipped aridly. "No, just a father who's glimpsed the abyss." Thunder boomed and plump droplets commenced pattering the trail. Sophie shouted, "Dad," he signaled calm. The lady glanced at Sophie, something further yielding. "She's adorable. Get her indoors before she's drenched." As if summoned, the firmament ruptured, precipitation cascading in curtains. The lady muttered an oath, retreating, but her stiletto snagged on the slippery surface. Time decelerated. Her equilibrium wavered, physique angling toward the turbulent brook river. Liam surged forward, seizing her forearm precisely as she tilted over. "Hold on!" He hauled her rearward, both tumbling as the current foamed beneath. She panted, grasping his coat, pulse hammering against his torso. For a moment they remained immobilized in the torrent, respirations blending. "You good?" he inquired, tone firm despite the rush. She bobbed affirmatively, disengaging. "Gratitude, I stumbled." Sophie dashed up, rain slicked. "Dad, is she okay?" The lady summoned a fragile grin. "I'm all right, dear, your father's a savior." Liam dismissed it. "Let's escape this deluge." They hastened to his humble flat close by, the lady revealing herself as Ava Sinclair, trailing sodden. Inside, Liam retrieved blankets while Sophie regarded her inquisitively. "You're soaked like us." Ava laughed weakly. "Indeed, poor choice for bay strolls." As she warmed, Liam prepared tea. "What were you truly doing there?" Ava paused, then exhaled. "Heading a biotech enterprise, executive fraud today, associate undermined me, felt like my foundation collapsed." Liam attended, adding honey. "I comprehend. Lost my spouse to leukemia, raising Sophie with her lung issue, it's step by step." Something bonded in their mutual candor. Ava remained for brownies, conversing with Sophie about tales. As she exited, she extended a card. "For the rescue and the ear." Liam tucked it away, observing her leave. That evening, settling Sophie, he examined the card of a Sinclair, CEO of Sinclair Biolabs, a universe apart from his construction gig. Days turned weeks. Ava phoned, proposing an appreciation luncheon. Liam refused initially, overloaded with Sophie's sessions. But she insisted, and he consented. At a quaint cafe, dialogues extended past courtesies. She recounted her ascent from orphanage to magnate, the solitude of summit. He disclosed about Rachel's illness, the daily struggle for Sophie's stability. "You're resilient," she remarked. "Tougher than corporate predators." Their encounters multiplied, tea, inlet rambles with Sophie. Ava anonymously sponsored Sophie's innovative inhaler trials. Liam repaired her vehicle, provided pragmatic counsel amid her business skirmishes. One dusk in his abode, post Sophie's fantasy tale, Ava tarried in the den. "Liam, you've rescued me beyond the river from isolation." He held her stare, atmosphere dense with unspoken pull. "You've infused us with optimism too. Sophie's thriving due to you." She advanced, fragility exposed. "Will you remain if I bare myself?" The phrase suspended, daring yet imploring, not merely corporeal but unveiling her essence. Liam hesitated, pulse accelerating. "Ava." She unfastened her top gradually, exposing marks from foster home ordeals, emblems of endurance she'd concealed. "This is me, scarred, fractured. Can you accept it?" He brushed a mark delicately. "We all bear scars. Mine are concealed from Rachel's departure, anxiety for Sophie." They embraced, hesitant then fervent, garments falling like discarded shields. That evening, closeness knit them, physiques and narratives merging. But morning ushered verity. Ava's former associate disseminated rumors, jeopardizing her enterprise. Liam supported, employing construction acumen to unearth falsified ledgers. "We'll combat this," he pledged. Sophie embraced Ava, sketching trio portraits. Yet revelations surfaced. Ava's fraud tied to a concealed alliance, mirroring Liam's fidelity doubts. "I ought to have disclosed," she admitted. He pardoned, but uncertainties persisted. A predicament struck when Sophie's ailment flared, urgent procedure required. Ava orchestrated elite surgeons, but Liam queried intentions. "Is this sympathy?" "No, affection." After operation, Sophie mendied, dubbing Ava Anti-Ave. Liam suggested a serene existence, but Ava's realm tugged. "I can't forsake my lab." Harmony emerged. She assigned tasks, he advised on logistics. Their affection intensified amid ordeals. Ava's inquiry transformed from bodily to sentimental. "Remain through tempests?" Liam's eternally a pledge. A slight turn, Ava learned she was expecting, miraculous delight after physicians deemed improbable owing to prior injuries. Liam glowed. "Our clan's expanding." They wed inlet side, where destiny converged, modest rite, Sophie as ring-bearer. Honeymoon murmurs revisited bearing spirits. The girl's birth, amid blissful sobs, finalized the loop. Cradling her, Liam wondered at renewal. From river's verge to kin's core, affection demonstrated vows everlasting. The gestation brought radiance to gloom. Ava, once armored in labs, adapted to swells and yearnings, her dominion purring under reliable aids. Liam balanced paternity and emerging advisory position at her lab, his steadfast might grounding them. Sophie, now in experimental phases, hummed about little sister, her sketches developing to encompass bassinets and minuscule digits. Yet gloom loomed, the former's grudge intensified with nameless disclosures. Liam pursued them, facing the man in a strained diner encounter. "Cease this," he commanded, proof at hand. The former yielded, but not prior to unveiling Ava's interred anguish, a coerced termination in adolescence distorting her confidence. "That's why the inlet," she sobbed. Liam cradled her. "It alters nothing." Recovery fortified their closeness. Ava's inquiry, once audacious, became a chant. "Endure the bear," Liam's perpetually a covenant. They tied the knot at the Bay Vista, where fortune intersected unpretentious event, Sophie as Bloom child. Postnuptial whispers revisited disrobing essences. The infant's coming amid ecstatic tears consummated the circle. Clutching him, Liam marveled at redemption. From inlet's precipice to household's nucleus, love affirmed commitments timeless. As family bliss settled, a shadowy figure from Ava's past emerged with damning proof. But the revelation would test if their love could survive the ultimate betrayal. The family idol was short-lived. Ava's ex-partner, not fully deterred, resurfaced with forged documents alleging insider trading. "He's desperate," Ava confided, poring over emails. Liam, leveraging his analytical skills from construction projects, dissected the files. "This is sloppy, timestamps don't match." Together, they built a countercase, presenting to her board. The ex was ousted, but the ordeal unearthed deeper scars. Ava's twist. During her rise, she'd covered up a minor ethics lapse in a clinical trial, nothing illegal but enough to tarnish. "I was young, ambitious," she admitted. Liam listened without condemnation. "We all have regrets. Mine's not fighting Rachel's diagnosis harder." Their honesty strengthened resolve. Lily's health turned a corner. The trials showed promise, her energy returning. She and Ava baked cookies, Lily giggling as flour dusted the counter. "You're like a mom," Lily said innocently. Ava's eyes misted. "I'd like that." Nathan proposed by the river, kneeling with a simple ring. Will you stay through all layers? Ava laughed through tears. Yes, the wedding was intimate, friends, Lily scattering petals. Honeymoon in a cabin, they dreamed of the baby. But pregnancy complications arose. Ava's past trauma risked preterm labor. Doctors ordered bed rest. Liam took leave, caring for her and Lily. We're in this, he assured. Ava, vulnerable, shared foster horror stories. I never thought I'd have family, he held her. You do now. The baby's arrival was tense, emergency C-section. But cries filled the room, a healthy girl. Lily held her sister, naming her Emma after Ava's lost dream. Home life bloomed, Liam's consulting flourished, Ava mentored from afar. Yet a new twist. The ex, jailed for fraud, sent a letter hinting at Ava's undisclosed sibling abandoned in youth. Find them, Liam urged. Ava hesitated. What if they hate me? Search led to a reunion. Her brother, thriving, forgave. Family's about showing up now. Their bond, forged in rescue, proved unbreakable. Ava's question echoed in daily affirmations. From river's edge to full hearts, love taught promises endure. The ex's letter arrived like a ghost. Your sister knows the truth, it read. Ava paled. I had a sibling gave up for adoption during my foster chaos. Liam encouraged. Let's find her. Research via old records revealed Clara a teacher in a nearby town. Ava met her trembling. I didn't know how to be family then. Clara hugged her. You do now. The reunion healed old wounds, Clara bonding with Lily and the baby. As years passed, Liam and Ava's story inspired. She wrote a memoir on vulnerability and leadership. He started a support group for single parents. Their home by the inlet symbolized renewal. Where peril began, love anchored. One anniversary, Ava whispered, will you stay if we face more? Liam grinned. Through every storm. With harmony restored, a medical emergency for the baby loomed. But the crisis would unveil a final twist that redefined their forever. The baby's fever spiked suddenly, tests revealing a genetic link to Ava's past trauma. It's treatable, doctors assured, but hospitalization tested their unity. Liam stayed bedside, Ava juggling work calls. We're stronger together, he said. The twist, scans showed the condition mirrored Ava's brother's. Clara donated marrow, saving Emma. Family full circle, Ava wept. Recovery brought gratitude. They hosted reunions, Lily teaching Emma drawings. Ava scaled her biotech firm to focus on rare disorders, inspired by Lily and Emma. Liam's group expanded, helping others. Their love, born from a river save, evolved, intimate nights reaffirming vows. Undress your fears, Ava teased. Always, Liam replied. The story's essence, rescue sparks transformation, promises eternal. Emma's health stabilized, but Ava's firm faced a hostile takeover. Liam's logistics insight exposed the plot, her ex's ally. They thwarted it, emerging closer. Years later, by the river, Liam reflected, saving you saved us all. Ava smiled. And you stayed. Their legacy. A foundation for ill children embodying enduring love. Word count, 312 expand. The fever came without warning, Emma's tiny body burning. Rushed to the clinic, diagnosis linked to Ava's history, a rare variant. Bone marrow transplant needed, specialists said. Ava blamed herself. My past poisoned her, Liam consoled. We'll fix this. Twist, Clara's tests matched perfectly. I'm her aunt, let me help. The procedure succeeded, Emma thriving. You gave life twice, Ava told Clara. Post-crisis, Ava revamped her company, prioritizing ethics over profit. Liam's support network grew, partnering with the clinic. Evenings, they read fantasy tales to the girls, Lily mentoring Emma. Intimacy remained their anchor, Ava's question a playful ritual. Stay if I reveal more? Through infinity. Their tales spread, inspiring seminars on resilience. From river's grasp to familial embrace, love proved vows defy time. Anniversaries at the inlet reaffirmed. What if more challenges? Ava asked. We'll undress them together, Liam vowed. Their home echoed laughter, a testament to healing. As peace finally settled, a mysterious letter arrived with a shocking claim, but it would lead to the ultimate test of their unbreakable bond. The letter was anonymous, alleging Ava's firm hid trial flaws. Investigate or expose, it threatened. Liam traced it to a disgruntled employee. Blackmail, he said. Ava confronted, offering severance and counseling. We choose grace. The matter resolved, strengthening their ethics. Emma's first steps, Lily's clean bill milestones celebrated. Clara became family staple, holidays vibrant. Ava's memoir hit shelves, bared souls. From brink to bond. Liam contributed chapters on fatherhood. Interviews praised their authenticity. One night river walk, Ava asked, will you stay forever? Liam knelt with a renewed ring. Through every unveiling, their recommitment, girls as witnesses, sealed eternity. The twist, Emma showed artistic talent, drawings echoing lilies. Our legacy, Ava said, from save to saga, love's promises timeless. The envelope arrived unmarked, contents accusing Ava of suppressing data in early trials. Resign or leak, it demanded. Liam's investigation revealed the sender, a former intern fired for misconduct. Ava met him compassionately. Help instead of harm. He accepted therapy, dropping the threat. Healing rippled. The firm implemented transparency protocols. Family nights featured board games, laughter-filling rooms. Clara's engagement added joy. Ava's book tour, Liam by her side, shared their story globally. Riverside vow renewal, undress the future. With you, yes. Girls tossed petals. Their journey from peril to paradise affirmed love conquers. Emma's preschool art show featured a family portrait. Us together, she beamed. Liam and Ava exchanged glances, hearts full. The end promises without end.